If you want to become really successful at passing out of the pick and roll, there's a few reads you have to be able to make. Now, most of you have probably seen guards come down and make impressive passes into these tight windows where it doesn't even look like there's a guy who's open, but they make it look easy. To get better at this, we have to recognize the ball screen coverage. Now, some people will call this drop or contain or low show, but the key for us is the guy guarding the ball stays with his man, and the guy guarding the screener is going to come up and help to try and contain. That coverage is going to open up this window to throw what's known as a short roll to the screener. So when you see that help defender retreating, you know you can throw it into that short roll area. But because this is such a popular read, defenders also understand this. As the ball handler comes off the ball screen, you can see this big sagging and trying to keep his hands down to take away that short roll. This is when we have to be able to make the pass over the top of that defender to our big. Now, some of you watching this will say we don't have a post player who can just go dunk an alley-oop. The concept remains the same. If the bounce pass isn't open because of the defender, we can throw it over the top of him. Two keys that we need to see from this clip. The first one, we must close the distance between the ball handler and the big. You can see in this clip that this big is all the way back into the paint. We need for the guard to attack him and get as close as possible before they make the decision. The second key is this backside guy right here that we will call the tag. He is the help defender in this scenario, and he is so hugged up to his man that it's an easy read to throw it to the post player. So now that we understand throwing it to the big, either low or over the top, let's talk about how this tag man affects this play. Once we come off the screen, the short roll probably is open, but if this tag defender comes in and helps, we are going to throw it back to his man, which is known as the shake pass. This read happens very quick. As the ball handler comes off, it looks like he's going to throw it to the roll man, but this movement by the tag man coming in a little bit cues the shake pass for a catch and shoot three. So now you try it. As he comes off the ball screen, you decide whether he should throw it to the roll or the shake. Making this split-second decision is very difficult, especially when you're down on the court. That's why I encourage our guys all the time to watch as much film as possible, because if you can learn it here, it makes it easier to anticipate when you're on the court. The last thing we need to deal with is if a team decides to hedge. This is when the screener's defender is going to come up and almost trap or double team you. We still have to make the same read. You've got to locate the tag man and see if he is helping with the roll or if he's staying with his shake. This coverage can be more difficult because you're feeling more pressure from the defense. You can see that big is getting out there and hedging, but you still have to keep your eyes on that tag man. Here you can see that he is worried more about the shake, and that's what leaves the roll man open. Something the ball handler can do to help himself out against a hard hedge is to do what's called dragging out the ball screen. You can see the two defenders are trying to take the ball. He needs to drag it into space to pull the defenders over with him. After he drags it out, there are two potential tag defenders. The top defender is going to go with his man as he shakes, so he's not a part of the equation anymore. Now we have to focus on the bottom tag. If we can get our roll man inside of the tag, he's going to be open for a pass. You'll get to see that same look at full speed. Miles does a great job once he gets the double team of dragging them out. The big gets inside of that bottom tag and he's open for the dunk. When you're throwing it to the roll man, being creative with how you get the ball there might make passes available that otherwise don't look like they are. If this video is helpful, hit that like button for me and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for a lot more content like this. Thanks for coming through. We'll see you next time in the film room.